Interference or covert with the judiciary. Courts must never be reduced to instruments of political engineering. The moment justice is manipulated, the nation itself placed on trial. 2. Let democracy break. Mr. President, let democracy break. Democracy cannot function under intimidation, coercion, or calculated manipulation. Civic peace, space, decent and lawful opposition are not inconvenience. They are the lifeblood of any functional republic. Number 3, fear of competition. A government that seeks to weaken opposition betrays a lack of confidence in its own legislation. Democracy thrives on competition. Suppressing it, not strength, is fear. A clear threat to democracy. The emerging pattern of action points unmistakably towards a dangerous drift into authoritarianism. If unchecked, this will not only erode constitutional order, but also threaten national unity and stability.
All right, so in your own opinion and your analysis, what do you think might be the hindrances, the clauses that might hinder Obi from becoming the president of Nigeria?
Currently, now, I don't think that Nigeria Democratic Congress, NDC, have any court issue. And even if Bola Tinubu want to instigate one, it's okay. But the ADC have over 150 court cases pending on their neck, making the party already vulnerable. That's on the other side. Then, on the other hand, I don't believe that funding of Obi's Kwankwaso campaign is going to be very difficult per se, because it has ignited organic support nationwide. You can see what is playing out now. Then on the other side too, they might try to use kinetic and non-kinetic approach to Obi Kwankwaso movement at the end of the day, and are using all manner of media attack, social media propaganda against Obi, trying to see what they can leverage on to make sure that that movement does not produce president 2027. And thirdly, the issue of rigging too is going to be there. Yes, I believe that they have overwhelming support of most powerful Nigerians. At the end of the day, it is going to reduce the excesses of this government in trying to make sure that the opposition does not see the light of the day, having sensed that the current opposition now, which is P2B, is the people's choice as it stands now, and that is why you are seeing this overwhelming support. Then outside that, they look into and study the electoral art, the electoral processes as it stands now, and be able to know how they are going to counter it, because Bola Tinubu is not dependent on who that is going to vote for him. Remember what he said, that it was his money that brought him to power. That the people did not vote for him. No, that's what he's saying. So, and this is a man whose identity is still questionable. This is a man who has zeroed down nothing on integrity, who does not believe in integrity, who believes that whether he is satisfied or not, whether he's the certificate or not, whether he's a criminal or not, that he will always find his way with his money at the end of the day, and that is what he believes, in. And it's a very dangerous game to play. We are seeing the way he has outsmarted Wike currently now, and that's the way he's definitely going to outsmart anybody that is not built on trying to put it to him there. Rotimi Amechi should forget all this noise he's making. Nobody is insulting you. If you want to go and join APC, go and join them. Don't involve Obi in your matter. You are one of the people that brought APC government. You are one of the people that brought Buhari. You are one of the people that brought Islamist government on Nigeria. You are one of the people that introduced Fulani jihadists in Nigeria. Rotimi Amechi, don't bring Obi into this issue we are talking about. Nothing concerning Obi inside. Don't bring Obi to you, and Obi not be your mates, in terms of popularity currently now. And nobody knows you, and nobody going to vote for you. You are nobody, Rotimi Amechi. I can tell you that. If you want to align with Atiku Abubakar, please align with him. If nobody have problem with that, join him. Let people go and romance your ADC to death the way you want it. Don't bring Obi factor here. Obi is too decent for that kind of trying to rob him your dark rope over nothing. You understand? After all, are you not abusing Tinubu too? Don't you abuse Jonathan? Were you not ganging up against Jonathan? Were you not a member? Is it not through you that Governor's War was broken into two before the infiltration came? I know how many times when Oshoika visited you in River State so that you can be able to destroy Jonathan's political ambition at the end of the day. Now everybody's crying. You are part of the calamity that destroyed Nigeria, and I can tell you that. So don't bring Obi there. If it is what it is, so be. Then Obi should also make sure that it has gotten to that point, and I thank God that he was able to bring somebody who is a politically radicalized person like Kwankwaso, who is not like Dati Ahmed. Dati Ahmed and Obi would have made a very good presidency. But what politics in Nigeria has become now, especially from the northern extraction, we need somebody who is a radical politician from the north to back Obi in terms of what we have now. If he's not going to change the narrative at the end of the day, and if he's not been there as a mole again, but though we know that he does not come from the Fulani ethnicity, Rabiu Kwankwaso is from Hausa ethnicity, but enjoys Hausa Fulani politics from the north, and that is what it is. So Obi should, be able to. I know with this he did now. That means Obi Okute, he knows what he's doing. I know how to play his game well. Thank you.
We are seeing international support for Obi currently now. About how many countries France has engaged him for that exit from ADC. We are seeing Germany in that regard too. But the most outstanding one is Mike Arnold, a U.S. mayor who recently addressed a Congress public hearing, telling and trying to say a big kudos for Obi for escaping a very dangerous trap, placed there by the Northern Caliphate. And so kudos to Obi. That's what the members of the international community is making a statement in that regard. That currently now Obi is being celebrated among powerful figures in the United States of America. One of them is Mike Arnold, who also held Obi's exit from ADC. What that actually portends means that there seems to be international rising support for Peter Obi, who has just hit another milestone, making NDC, Nigerian Democratic Congress, one of the fastest growing political party in history of Nigeria. The United States of America are already celebrating that movement by the president, former House of Member Senator, massive exit, to National Democratic Congress. I think at this point in time, what awaits Happy to be is he needs to fight more because Bola Ahmed Tinubu might not set another trap, for Obi. If we are able to hear that Obi has decamped again, from Nigeria Democratic Congress, NDC. Where are we hearing that? That will be something else. We are waiting to watch how everything is going to play out at the end of the day. We are only hearing at the end of that, that there is campaign now. That some people have actually gone to court, stating that Obi, Nigeria Democratic Congress, was not properly registered.
All right. Peter Obi, Kwankwaso are officially released. What is your take on this?
It didn't come as a surprise. I think Obi has shown that he is not just a pushover for ex-members of the APC that gathered and formed a coalition party called ADC, African Democratic Congress. And most of them we are seeing there today, we are people that just left power, coming together and seem to have enjoyed APC for over 8 years. Of course, that is what it means. Obi actually found himself in their midst. I don't want to know whether it's a result of the legal and judicial battle that has infiltrated, almost making it very impossible that there is possibility that at the end of the day they will now use court to disqualify ADC presidential candidate at the end of the day. But before now, I think the people who are on the know of the so-called master in the darkness, let me put it that way, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, people say he's a master in dark politics. That's how they put it very clearly for him there. So if you want to play politics with him, you have to be in the dark too, you know. But the reality is gradually playing out. Peter B, let me just give you analysis of what is definitely going to happen in 2023. Peter Obi and the so-called Atiku, if Atiku did not repent, you know, almost shared 6 million plus votes. While Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you know, had some level of gap, you know, regards to what Atiku. And the calculation was that, you know, if the likes of Kwakwaso had about close to 2 million, you know, or thereabout, you know, under NPP, you know, but as it stands now, the Nigeria Democratic Congress, NDC, has already been an alternative. You know, the Obi, in his understanding where he is now, having understood or studied the political gimmicks, you know, psychophancy of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you know, maybe they thought he has no alternative. You know, that a lot of people were saying that African Democratic Congress, ADC, that had the likes of former APC loyalists, you know, with Obi, who happens to be only in their midst, was just a game plan to destroy Bola Ahmed Tinubu and to, you know, a kind of test his tyrannical and authoritarian, you know, one-party agenda, and it has been proven to be real. So what that it means now is that after it has been proven to be real, maybe they didn't foresee it coming. They cannot go to ADC, you know, even though they want to go to ADC to start another legal crisis. You know, I think that has been put to a stop, you know, by the Obi president. This is the first time in the history of Nigeria that we are seeing a new political party, you know, getting the largest members in less than 24 hours. In less than 48 hours, they've already hit over 10 million members. What a jinx to be broken. Peter Obi, the organic man of the moment. I just want to put it that way before I now dive into the real thing that actually played out while we are having NDC now from the Eastern Bloc. We are having APC for the Yoruba people, and we're having ADC of the North. The Nigerian political party has been split into 3 major ethnic lords, nationalities, having their own formidable political party. But now we are going to concentrate, because it is the turn of the South. The South here represent. Let me just exclude Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because I don't know the kind of politics and administration we are into. But let me look at, you know, that of course APC represent the West, while Nigeria Democratic Congress represent the South-South and the East-Southeast. Then the North, excluding the Middle Belt, which is going to be contested, has already pledged their loyalty to Peter Obi. And we are talking of a man that have no local government chairman, hitting 6-point-something million votes in 2023. No local government chairman, no popularity, nothing. Just that minutes he switched over to the Labour Party and ignited the movement called the Obedient Movement that gave him almost 7 million votes in that regard. Even though there were reports that Peter Obi actually won that election. Now, What is, if actually it is not a game plan to deceive or to checkmate excesses of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we want to see Atiku Abubakar collapse the structure, his own structure, whether it's ADC structure, because as long as Obi has left ADC, ADC is like PDP. Now, I told Wike, yes, or Wike, the Jagaban of Federal Capital Territory, how far? You can see. Have you not been deceived now? Have you not been deceived now? The Bola Ahmed Tinubu government had handed over the structure, political structure of Rivers State, APC, to Fubara. He said that governors should go and conduct primaries. Whatever way they want to do it, it is the governors that they are going to do that. So where is Wike now? And the same thing is going to happen to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar if he doesn't take care. Because now we're seeing the Fulani politicians. I don't know what you're going to United States to lobby for. Nigerians are saying, can you support the turn of the South? This is not the turn of the North. When it was turn of the North, Atiku Abubakar was clamoring that power should return to the North. Now it is the turn of the South, and there is organic support for Peter Obi. Why are you bent on sabotaging the obedient movement? What is happening to Amechi? Amechi should respect himself. You are one of the people that brought this unfortunate government, right from the days of Buhari to where we are today. Amechi was involved. Amechi, Obi is not your mate. And there's no how we can tolerate Atiku this time around, because Nigeria does not need an Atiku for a southern turn. The South have been supporting the North. It is time for the North to support the South. It's as simple as that. Politically now, you do not have more strength than Obi, Atiku Abubakar. I have to tell you this.
But don't you think, because NDC has a structure, you know, because a lot of people are saying Atiku has the weed down, like he has the machineries, he has, you know, the people in place that can, you know, go grassroots to ensure that we get enough.
Atiku's having control over whatever structure he's talking about today. Maybe that is one of the reasons why Erufai is there. Erufai would have advised Atiku properly on what to do. But for the fact that, you know, Bola Ahmed Tinubu has attacked Buhari loyalists from the North, you know, and that is what we are seeing at the moment. Well, but Atiku should understand that if he actually claimed that he have it, Obi has 6 million plus in 2023. Atiku have 6 million plus in 2023. Then coming to whether who is in charge of the Buhari structure. That is the question. And if Atiku claims that he has Buhari structure intact, or has structure, then is it the turn of the North? I think it's a very simple question. Is it the turn of the South? But whatever happens, you know, Obi should not be anybody's deputy this time around. And the likes of Amechi and Makinde should understand very clearly that we don't want to see it as a gang up against the Igbo presidency. Because when you people wanted to bring Buhari as president, we did not see all this type of crisis, legal crisis. You did it, and even though when there was one, you people pretended as if there's none. But when you want to bring Buhari, there was no legal. But for the fact you are seeing an Igbo man now coming out with flames everywhere he goes, I think it is a sign that God want to speak through Obi, and that is why he's enjoying the organic support for throughout the entire 36 states of the Federation. The middle belt leader has come out to say that Obi or nothing. But these people are bent on making sure that Fulani continue to terrorize Nigerians, kill Christians. That is just it. They want to establish Emirates in Nigeria. And that is the problem. And using this confusion at the end of the day, if not that Obi actually played smart and suspected that those who are going to surround him are going to be ex-APC members who align with the ideology of Fulani people. Yes! You can see the rate Christians are dying in Nigeria. And they are not hiding it. Then you want to use Obi, put Obi into confusion. Then, you mean it, you use court to disqualify Obi's candidate under ADC. By that time, Donald Trump would have left office. And you now leave the entire Christian Nigeria vulnerable to attack. Look at Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who happens to be a Southerner, has totally gone blind over genocide against Christians in Nigeria. He's not saying anything. Have you seen water in the world? He simply doesn't care.